My girlfriend hit 15K followers and called me emotionally unfaithful because I asked a coworker for a chicken recipe. She went live, lied to her followers, so I posted screenshots and ended her influencer career. I should have seen it coming when Vanessa hit 5,000 followers. That's when everything changed. 6 months ago, my girlfriend was just Vanessa, the girl who worked at Target, posted pictures of her coffee, maybe a sunset here and there. 800 followers, mostly friends and family, normal stuff. Then she discovered the algorithm. "Babe, look at this," she'd say, showing me her phone every night. "I gained 50 followers today." Then it was 100, then 200. The coffee pictures became gym selfies. The sunset shots became mirror pics. The casual outfits became less casual. I tried to be supportive. Really, I did. When she asked me to take photos of her at the beach, I took them. When she wanted to try new poses, I held the camera. But somewhere around 8,000 followers, I started feeling like a photographer instead of a boyfriend. The transformation was gradual, then sudden. She started waking up an hour earlier to do her makeup for morning selfies. She bought ring lights, tripods, backdrop stands. Our apartment became a studio. She'd spend 20 minutes adjusting the angle for a candid shot of her drinking coffee. "It's called content creation, Marcus," she'd explain when I asked about the elaborate setup for a simple breakfast photo. "This is how you build an audience." The audience was building, all right. Every day brought new followers, new comments, new validation. And with each milestone, she pushed a little further. The workout videos got more revealing. The outfit of the day posts showed more skin. The captions got more suggestive. "You're getting more attention from guys," I mentioned one evening, watching her respond to dozens of flame emojis and heart eyes comments. "Jealous?" she asked, not looking up from her phone. "Concerned. About what? People appreciating my content. About what kind of appreciation you're encouraging?" She finally looked at me then, and I saw something I'd never seen before: calculation. Like she was measuring my words against her follower count and finding me lacking. "You know what your problem is, Marcus. You're thinking small. I'm building a brand here. I'm about to hit 10,000 followers. Do you know what that means? Sponsorships, partnerships, real money. What about us? What about us? This doesn't change us." But it did. Every conversation became about her metrics. Every outing became a photo opportunity. Every moment together was interrupted by her checking her phone, responding to comments, posting stories. I wasn't her boyfriend anymore. I was her assistant, her photographer, her audience of one that somehow wasn't enough. The breaking point came last Tuesday. I was getting ready for work when she called me into the bathroom. "Take a picture of me in this," she said, wearing a thong bikini. "In our bathroom. The same bathroom where I brush my teeth every morning." "Van, seriously? In here? The lighting is perfect. Come on, just a few shots." I took the pictures. She posted them an hour later with the caption, "Feeling myself," and within 6 hours she had 847 likes and 156 comments. Most of them from guys I'd never heard of, saying things that made my stomach turn. "Damn girl, your man is lucky, body goals AF, single, asking for a friend." That night I tried to talk to her about it. "I'm not comfortable with some of these posts," I said carefully. "The bathroom one especially, that's our private space." She looked at me like I'd slapped her. "Excuse me, I'm just saying maybe we could find a middle ground. I support your content, but some of it feels." "Feels what, Marcus?" "Like you're not my girlfriend anymore, like you're performing for strangers." The silence stretched between us. She set down her phone, the first time I'd seen her do that in weeks. "Let me make something very clear," she said, her voice cold. "This is my body. I'll post what I want, when I want, how I want. If you can't handle your girlfriend being successful and confident, that's your problem, not mine. It's not about success, Van. It's about respect for us, for what we have." "What we have." She laughed, but there was no humor in it. "What we have is me building something amazing while you try to tear it down because you're insecure." I stared at her. This wasn't the girl I'd fallen for. This was someone else entirely, someone who'd learned to weaponize words like insecure and controlling to shut down any conversation she didn't want to have. "I'm not trying to control you," I said quietly. "I'm trying to save us." "There's nothing to save if you can't support me." She picked up her phone again, dismissing me. I watched her scroll through comments, hearting the ones that called her goddess and perfect, and something shifted in me. Not anger, something colder, something clearer. The next morning I made a decision. I unfollowed her on Instagram. It wasn't dramatic, It wasn't announced. I just quietly removed myself from her audience. If she wanted to perform for strangers, she could do it without me watching from the front row. I had no idea that single tap would trigger a war. She noticed within 3 hours. "Did you unfollow me?" Vanessa asked, standing in our kitchen doorway with her phone clutched like evidence. "Yeah," I said, not looking up from my cereal. "Why?" "Because I don't want to see it anymore." Her face went through several expressions: confusion, hurt, then something harder. "You don't want to see your girlfriend's success?" "I don't want to see my girlfriend turning into someone I don't recognize." She stared at me for a long moment, then did something that should have been my second red flag. She opened her phone and started typing furiously. "What are you doing?" "Posting about toxic partners who can't handle their girlfriend's glow up." I finished my cereal in silence and went to work. At lunch, I was scrolling through Instagram when I saw Priya's latest post. She was a food blogger who worked in our store's deli section, quiet, genuine, posted actual recipes instead of thirst traps. Today she'd shared a beautiful shot of homemade tandoori chicken with detailed instructions in the caption. I liked it, left a comment asking about the spice blend, normal stuff. When I got home, Vanessa was waiting. "So now you're liking other girls' posts? It's a recipe, Van. It's disrespectful. You unfollow your own girlfriend, but you're out here supporting random bitches." Priya works with me, and she's sharing actual content, not what, say it, Marcus, not what. I didn't take the bait. Something about her desperate need for conflict told me everything I needed to know about where this was heading. Over the next few days, Vanessa's content got more aggressive. She started posting couple photos of us from months ago with captions like, "When your man actually supports you," and "Real love means celebrating each other's success." The comments were full of her followers asking where I was, why I wasn't liking her posts anymore. She began staging conversations for her stories. "My boyfriend is so proud of me," she'd say to her phone camera while I was in the next room. "He's just not big on social media, but he's my biggest supporter." The lies were getting elaborate. Then came the manipulation tactics. She'd get dressed up, take dozens of photos, and then come find me. "Do you think I look good?" she'd ask, knowing I'd say yes. "You always look good, Van." "Then why don't you ever show it? Why don't you repost my pictures? Why don't you comment anymore?" "Because you told me my opinion doesn't matter. You said you'd post what you want regardless of how I feel." "That's not what I meant." "That's exactly what you meant." She started threatening to leave, not directly but through her content. Posts about knowing your worth and not settling for less than you deserve. Stories about single life looking pretty good right now that made my phone blow up with texts from my sister asking if everything was okay. The breaking point came when she posted a photo of herself in lingerie with the caption, "Feeling single and ready to mingle," while I was literally in the next room. I walked into the bedroom. "Really? It's just a caption, Marcus. God, you're so sensitive. Take it down." "Excuse me." "You heard me, take it down or I'm gone." She laughed, actually laughed. "You're going to leave me over a caption. I'm going to leave you because you're publicly disrespecting our relationship for likes. You're being dramatic." "Am I? Check your DMs, Van. How many guys slid in after that post?" Her face told me everything. She had checked, and there were messages. "I don't respond to them," she said weakly. "That's not the point. The point is you're inviting it." She deleted the post, but the damage was done, not to her follower count that kept climbing. The damage was to whatever trust we had left. That night while she slept, I made another decision. I started following Priya's food blog more actively, not to make Vanessa jealous, but because I needed to remember what authentic content looked like. What it felt like to support someone who created things instead of just creating drama. Priya posted a new recipe the next morning: butter chicken with homemade naan. I commented asking about her technique for getting the bread so fluffy. "Trade secret," she replied with a laughing emoji. "But I might share it if you promise to actually try making it." "Deal," I wrote back. It was the first genuine interaction I'd had on social media in months. No performance, no hidden agenda, just two people talking about food. I had no idea Vanessa was watching. "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" I woke up to Vanessa standing over our bed, holding my phone. The screen was lit up with my Instagram messages. "What are you doing with my phone?" "What am I doing? What are you doing?" She waved it at me like evidence in a trial, asking about her technique, promising to try things with her. I sat up, instantly awake. "Give me my phone back." "Not until you explain this." She started reading from the screen in a mocking voice. Trade secret, but I might share it if you promise to actually try making it. Deal? Really, Marcus, deal? It's about bread, Vanessa. It's about bread. She laughed, but it was sharp, bitter. You're emotionally cheating on me with some basic bitch over bread. I'm not emotionally cheating, I'm having a normal conversation about cooking. Normal? You unfollowed your own girlfriend, but you're making deals with other women. You're asking about their techniques. The absurdity of it hit me. You went through my phone while I was sleeping. I had to. You've been acting shady, liking her posts, commenting on everything she does. Do you know how that makes me look? How it makes you look? Yes, my followers are asking questions. They're wondering why my boyfriend is more interested in some random girl's cooking than his own girlfriend's success. I got out of bed and held out my hand. Phone, now. No, she clutched it tighter. Not until you delete her, block her, all of it. You're insane. I'm insane, her voice cracked. I have almost 15,000 followers, Marcus. 15,000 people who think I'm amazing, who support me, who celebrate me. And my own boyfriend can't even follow me on Instagram, but he's out here flirting with some nobody over fucking recipes. I wasn't flirting. Deal, she repeated. With a laughing emoji, that's flirting. That's being friendly. That's being disrespectful to your relationship. I stared at her, really looked at her. Hair extensions, fake eyelashes, contouring makeup even though she'd just woken up. When had she started sleeping in makeup? When had she become someone who went through phones and screamed about emoji usage? You know what's disrespectful to our relationship? I said quietly. Posting thirst traps for strangers, pretending to be single for engagement. Going through my phone because you can't handle me having a normal conversation with a coworker. She's not just a coworker and you know it. You're right, she's a friend, something you used to be before you became an influencer. Vanessa's face went white then red. How dare you? How dare you? I'm building something here, Marcus. I'm creating a brand, a following, a future, and you're threatened by it. You're so threatened by my success that you're trying to sabotage me. By unfollowing you, by withdrawing your support, by making me look stupid in front of my audience, by cheating on me with some basic bitch who posts pictures of food. I asked about a spice blend, Vanessa. You asked about her technique. The conversation was spiraling into madness. I could see it in her eyes. She genuinely believed that commenting on a recipe was equivalent to infidelity. The validation addiction had rewired her brain. Give me my phone, I said again. Promise me you'll block her. No. Promise me you'll delete the messages. No. Then you're choosing her over me. I looked at my girlfriend of 2 years, holding my phone hostage, demanding I cut contact with a friend because she couldn't handle not being the center of attention for 5 minutes. I'm choosing sanity over insanity, I said. I'm choosing normal human interaction over whatever this is. She threw my phone at me. It hit the wall behind my head and clattered to the floor. There, have your precious phone, have your precious food blogger. Have your precious normal life. She grabbed her own phone from the nightstand. But don't expect me to stick around while you disrespect me. Good, I said, picking up my phone. The screen was cracked, but it still worked. Because I'm done walking on eggshells around your ego. My ego? My ego, she was screaming now. You can't handle that I'm successful. You can't handle that thousands of people want me. You're so insecure that you have to tear me down and build up some random bitch to make yourself feel better. I'm not tearing you down, Van. You're doing that yourself. She stared at me, chest heaving, makeup smeared, looking nothing like the perfectly curated version of herself she posted online. You know what? You're right. I am too good for this. I have 15,000 supporters who actually appreciate me. I don't need this negativity in my life. She started throwing clothes into a bag. Designer pieces she'd bought with her influencer earnings, which, as far as I could tell, consisted of $150 sponsored post for teeth whitening strips. Where are you going? Somewhere I'm appreciated. Somewhere I'm celebrated. Somewhere I don't have to justify my success to small-minded people. She paused at the door, phone already in her hand, probably composing her next post. You'll regret this, Marcus. When I'm famous, when I have 1 million followers, when brands are paying me thousands of dollars, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember that you chose some basic food blogger over someone who was destined for greatness. The door slammed behind her. I sat on the edge of the bed, looking at my cracked phone screen and felt something I hadn't felt in months. Relief. The crying selfie went up 2 hours later. I was at work when my phone started buzzing. Text after text from friends, family, even people I barely knew, all asking the same thing: "Dude, what happened?" I opened Instagram to find Vanessa's story filled with tear-streaked selfies and a caption that made my blood run cold. "When the person you love most betrays you with someone else, never thought my own boyfriend would emotionally cheat, but here we are. Sending love to anyone else going through heartbreak right now." The comments were instant and vicious. Hundreds of her followers calling me every name in the book, demanding details, offering to comfort her. She was eating it up, responding to every single one. But she wasn't done. That evening, she went live. I watched from my couch as she sat in what looked like her friend's apartment, makeup perfectly done despite the devastated act. "I can't believe I'm even talking about this," she said, dabbing at dry eyes with a tissue. "But I feel like I owe you guys the truth. My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, has been having an emotional affair." The comments exploded, hearts and fire emojis flooding the screen. I found messages on his phone. He was making plans with another woman, asking about her techniques. She said the word like it was pornographic, promising to try things with her. All while refusing to support my content, unfollowing me, making me feel crazy for building my brand. I screenshotted everything. Something told me I'd need receipts. The worst part, she's someone we both know, someone who acts all innocent and sweet but was clearly trying to steal my man. I won't say names because I'm not that kind of person, but let's just say some people aren't who they pretend to be. The live stream went on for 20 minutes. 20 minutes of her painting herself as the victim of a cheating scandal while carefully avoiding any actual details. Her followers ate it up, promising to find out who the homewrecker was and make her pay. I knew it was only a matter of time before they figured out it was Priya. They did by the next morning. Someone had gone through my followers list, cross-referenced with people who worked at Target, and found Priya's food blog. The harassment started immediately. Hundreds of Vanessa's followers flooding her comments with accusations, threats, demands that she stay away from other people's men. Priya called me during my lunch break, voice shaking. "Marcus, what's happening? People are saying I'm a homewrecker, that I stole someone's boyfriend." "I don't understand." I explained everything. The recipe comments, Vanessa's meltdown, the phone snooping, the breakup. By the end, Priya was quiet. "She's telling people we were having an affair," she said finally, "over tandoori chicken recipes. I'm sorry, I never meant for this to happen. This is insane. I'm getting death threats over a spice blend." That's when I made my decision. I opened Instagram and started typing. "Since my ex-girlfriend has decided to make our private business public, here are the facts," I wrote. "The emotional affair she's talking about, me asking a coworker about her tandoori chicken recipe, the secret meetings she's hinting at, comments on a food blog, the other woman, a friend who posts cooking tutorials." I attached screenshots. The actual conversation with Priya, the recipe post. The innocent, normal exchange that Vanessa had twisted into infidelity. This is what emotional cheating looks like according to someone who posts thirst traps for strangers while in a relationship. This is what betrayal means to someone who went through my phone while I slept. Judge for yourselves. The post went viral within hours. Not because I had a big following, but because the screenshots were so obviously innocent that the whole thing became a joke. People started sharing it with captions like, "When asking about seasoning is cheating," and "Plot twist, the other woman was paprika." But Vanessa doubled down. She posted a video response, tears streaming down her face. "He's trying to gaslight me now, trying to make it seem innocent. But you don't understand the context. The way he was withdrawing from me, the way he was more interested in her content than mine. It was emotional cheating, even if he won't admit it." That's when my sister stepped in. Emma was a paralegal with a social media presence of her own, small but engaged, mostly legal education content. She'd been watching the whole thing unfold with growing disgust. Her response video was clinical, devastating, and went viral faster than anything else in this mess. "Let's talk about what actually happened here," she said, sitting in her office. "A woman built her entire identity around social media validation. When her boyfriend set a boundary, unfollowing her because her content made him uncomfortable, she escalated. When he had a normal conversation with a friend, she violated his privacy, went through his phone, and then launched a public harassment campaign. She pulled up screenshots not just of my conversation with Priya, but of Vanessa's posts over the past months. The progression from normal girlfriend to thirst trap influencer. The single and ready-to-mingle posts while we were together. The fake couple content. This is what manipulation looks like, Emma continued. This is what happens when someone chooses social media validation over their actual relationship, then blames their partner for the consequences. The video got 50,000 views in 6 hours. The comments were brutal for Vanessa. Imagine losing your man over a chicken recipe. She really tried to make tandoori chicken sound sexual. The second-hand embarrassment is real. But the real damage came from an unexpected source. Someone had been digging into Vanessa's influencer career and found something interesting. Her brand partnerships, fake. The companies she claimed to work with had never heard of her. The sponsored content was her buying products and pretending they were gifts. She'd been lying about her income, her connections, her entire influencer persona. Worse, she'd been violating FTC guidelines by not disclosing that her partnerships were fake. Someone reported her, and Instagram started removing her fraudulent posts. By the end of the week, she'd lost 3,000 followers. Her engagement plummeted as people realized most of her interactions were with bot accounts. The job at Target? Gone, after corporates saw the drama and decided they didn't want the liability. The last I heard, she was back to posting crying selfies, but now they were about cancel culture and people not understanding her journey. I blocked her on everything and moved on.